Hey, what's happening, MGTOW? Welcome to the home of Walk and Talk, MGTOW. Shit, it's a gorgeous day out here in the Pacific Northwest, and it's a great day to do the Walk and Talk, MGTOW. Shit, let's roll. I got to give a big shout out to MGTOW Whiskey for sending me this article. The name of the video is going to call Men Should Not Vote, and the article was written by Larry Wilson out there in California. Well, for me, my point of view, the people I see the most dangerous for men in today's society are women voters, politicians, men and women. And the third one I want to put out here, or fourth one, is going to be these men that I do not understand them. They don't have no balls, the manginas. I do not understand this type of men. I really don't. I don't get it. They don't have no balls. There's just a bunch of pussies out there. And the article, I'm going to describe a little bit about the article. I'm going to play the article sound bite. So it's going to be sort of like a walk and talk mental shit. And you know how we say out here, the future is between man and machine. So I'm going to play a sound bite and we're going to roll with it. I'm going to do different new shit or stuff like that. But this type of manginas, or simps, I call them SAB. Yes, SAB. Simp ass bitches. Because that's what they are. I don't understand the mentality they have. In the article, he goes out there saying that men, for thousands of years, did a good job governing. And now he's saying that women are better governing than men because countries with the coronavirus, and he goes in detail. I don't want to get too much into details because I'm going to play it for you. But this type of men, they're not really men. They use a bunch of cunts, pussies, with no fucking balls. No fucking balls at all. And these people, these men are so disturbing to me that I don't get it. I really don't get it, how they behave. I really don't. Well, gentlemen, it's going to be a very unique video I'm going to put out there. Well, with this, go check out Kendall Rican Podcast and all the major podcasts out there. With this, I say peace. Statement ciao. I definitely catch you in the next podcast or video.
See, they have low standards, these fucking weenies to watch this fucking thing. I don't. I know what you can be. They think you're a big fucking deal. I know you're not. And down deep inside, Brian, you know that I'm closer to being right than they are. You don't agree with me 100%, fine. But you know I'm closer to being right than they are. You're not the all end all shit. Who gives a fuck?
But won't you
And the cosmos of time, you are not a fart in the wind.
Men should not be allowed to vote. Larry Wilson, published the 24th of May, 2020 at 1 a.m., updated the 24th of May, 2020 at 1:52 a.m., opinion, audience members clapped during the Democratic Women's Political Summit at the Ronald H. Roberts Public Library in Temecula Sunday, the 9th of February, 2020, photo by Andrew Falk, contributing photographer. During a recent election season, one that now seems as long ago as the Middle Ages, and as filled with quaint and diabolically dangerous customs, I was sitting in a windowless conference room with two colleagues from the editorial board, snacking and chatting, drinking water from plastic bottles, waiting on a politician. I'm afraid that's all gone to Zoom in the future, along with handshaking, backslapping folks bounding into a room with their demirades and Cheshire cat smiles. From now on, it's the small screen, baby. But in the past, members of editorial boards during the ritual endorsement process were forever waiting in actual rooms on a scheduled politician, or a would-be one, to rotate in every hour on the hour and make their cases for the newspaper's support of their bids for office. It's not a bad way to make a living, and I ain't complaining. Bit boring. Beats digging ditches, as one could note to one's father, who used to warn of such in periods of indolence. So, in between candidates, just shooting the breeze with the guys, men, as editorial board members are wont to be, I suddenly, capriciously, with no malice aforethought, with no thought at all, in fact, tossed out a verbal notion, I don't think men should be allowed to vote, I said, what one colleague sputtered. What do you mean, just that? I suppose that means we wouldn't be allowed to run for office, either. Oh, well. You'd miss your Barack Obamas, but not so much your George Wallaces. But why? 'Cause we messed up, I said. We had our chances, and we blew it, man. Give the women, I don't know, say 1,000 years, and then take stock. After all, we didn't let them vote until a century ago. My colleague wasn't having it. You just want the women to rule cause most of their politics are more aligned with yours, and your point is, as it happened, we were meeting with two very powerful Los Angeles women politicians that day. District Attorney Jackie Lacey and County Supervisor Catherine Barger. On the Board of Supes, incredibly, 4 of the 5 members are women. Elsewhere, while there has been progress on the dump the dull men front, it's not much. When I began covering Pasadena City Hall as a cub reporter 35 years ago, 2 of the 7 city council members were women. Now, 1 of 8 is, the proof of the political pudding, the eating of it, is right there in the success stories about battling today's real-world crisis. Women-led nations are doing a vastly better job stomping down the coronavirus pandemic than a backwaters run by boring, bumbling blokes. Last week, New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern announced her country had essentially eradicated, not just controlled, the spread of COVID-19, and that her lockdown of the 25th of March could end. As Amanda Taub reported in the New York Times, Germany, led by Angela Merkel, has had a far lower death rate than Britain, France, Italy or Spain. Finland, where Prime Minister Sanna Marin, 34, governs with a coalition of 4 female-led parties, has had fewer than 10% as many deaths as nearby Sweden. And Tsai Ing-wen, the president of Taiwan, has presided over one of the most successful efforts in the world at containing the virus, using testing, contact tracing and isolation measures to control infections without a full national lockdown. I'm going with what works. I sing, with Robert Palmer, that's right, the women are smarter, men, maybe we're good at other things. Over the millennium, we can work on finding out just what they are. Larry Wilson is on the editorial board of the Southern California news group L. Wilson,